What's going on, Moto fam? I got Dave with me from the Collective Experience, and I have Mr. Colton Aeck. We got one of the BWR team members with us. We've been chatting a little bit before this call, so it feels that we got a decent comfort level. I got a really, really good call for y'all tonight. So let's get started. Tell us, Colt, man, you're now with this new team. You're in a new camp. You got a new mechanic. It's like all of this is new. Tell me how A1 went, man. Tell me how you're feeling after this first week.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate circumstances how I ended up on the team. Carlen Gardner got hurt, but it's part of the sport, and that's the way things go sometimes. So happy to fill in for him. And man, the team is awesome. Like the bike is great. All the people are great. They're a group of people I've been around for a couple of years. I've known Carlen for a long time, and known Brian, the whole crew. Anaheim was a rough one, quite honestly. Had like a lot of first race jitters, just kind of road tight. And then in the last qualifying practice, we actually had a little trouble with the bike, and I wasn't able to get a lap time in. So that was the end of my day. My lap time from the first practice, the track was quite a bit faster second practice, and some other guys bumped me out of the night show. So that was the end of my night. So it was a little bit of a rough way for the first race to go for team, but I think we got all the bugs out, and St. Louis is going to be a whole lot better.
Hey man, it's not just you either. Like it is electric there, and this year it seemed like there were 10 times the amount of people there that are normally there. So you had to really feel like that fish in a bowl, like just everybody staring, everybody curious. And so that was kind of like one of the first things that I thought about whenever Gardner was telling me, like, okay, we got a fill-in guy, you're gonna like him, he's good, and he was just kind of talking about you. That was my first thing. My first thought was like, man, how's this A1 gonna treat you? When you said jitters, I can only imagine the butterflies, man. That's pretty much, I think, like the bulk of the pit, to be honest with you. You're just waiting for those to kind of die down and like just go anywhere else other than like right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially, being a California boy, you've got literally just about every person I've ever met coming by during the day. Everybody wants to talk, and that's all awesome. I'm all about the fans, but sometimes it's a little hard to focus. Anaheim 1's definitely it's always a tough one, no matter what program you're on, who you're riding for. It's just one you kind of want to get under your belt and move on to the next race, and really ride the way you know how.
How does that schedule usually go for you? Like, I mean, because you want to spend some time with everybody who's coming by, who definitely wants to see you. But I mean, you start your day. Kind of tell me how that race day goes. Like let's say you go to the edge of the parking lot, or you go to the other side, and you just finish up prayer with everybody else. You hear the little sermon, and then you get going. What happens from there?
Yeah, so pretty much when we come back off track walk, the pits are open to the public, and you got people flooding in there, and that's when it starts. You want to get ready for practice and get your head in the game, but you've got people coming by, and everybody wants to see you and say what's up. And like I said, it's awesome. Without the fans, we can't do it. But sometimes it does for sure get a little hard to focus. But you just gotta do your job. That's what we train for all season long. So when you get out on the track, you got to put all that stuff behind you and just go execute on your job, do your thing.
That's awesome.
I was going to say, go ahead, Dave.
No, you talked about the hype of A1, JD. Does it ever get easier for you, Colin? Like, do you ever come into A1 like, okay, well, I've kind of done it a few times. The nerves aren't as bad as like your first one. Like, does A1 ever sort of just become like a norm, or do you ever not get nervous for an A1?
I don't think so, at least not personally. You know, you go all summer long, you know, it's just you and maybe one or two other guys at the practice track, and you know, you work all summer, and you get there and you're just hoping, man, I hope all my hard work pays off, and you know, you get to see where you stand. So I think everybody's really in the same boat. Everybody's trying to figure out, you know, if the work they did in the off season is going to be the right thing, and you know, just see where they stack up. And once you kind of get that one out of the way, you kind of get in a groove, and you know, 2-3 races in, everything just kind of mellows out and it becomes normal again.
Well, tell me, okay, so you mentioned it twice about off season. What was yours like? Like, what? Tell me, like, because you're prepping, like, you know A1's coming. What does the off season look like for you?
Yeah, this year was a little different for me. I raced Monster Cup on my own gig, privateer thing, and you know, I was trying to go overseas, go to Germany, do that whole thing, but nothing quite panned out. So I was just doing my own thing, and I'm putting my motos in every week. And then I saw Carlen got hurt in Germany. So, you know, a week later, I got the call from him, and that kind of, you know, it kind of changed everything. I had a new bike to ride, new suspension, you know, I had to learn the whole team and everything. So it was a little more hectic than normal than what I'm used to. Usually, you know, all the responsibility falls on me, which is difficult in some ways, but it's also nice in other ways. You know, you have your own plan and everything goes the way you want it to. But, you know, being on the new team's awesome. And the only thing I would have changed in my preparation was just having a little bit more time on the bike. You know, only having about a week on the bike before the race, it was a little nerve-wracking for me. But, you know, like I said, the bike's great, the team's great. Finally got those jitters out. You know, everything should be good. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
Nice. So you mentioned your bike a little bit, and you know, we hear from a bunch of riders that it takes time to get comfortable on this setup for 2020, and the same happened for 2019. How easy is it for you to get used to a bike setup, and how does this BWR bike compare to your bike that you were on previous?
Yeah, I mean, luckily I was on a Honda already, so it wasn't a massive change. You know, it's not like I was switching from a Honda to a KTM or something like that. So that was nice, but it was completely different engine, completely different suspension. So, you know, the whole week leading up to Anaheim, we were testing suspension and kind of getting me comfortable on everything. And then same with the engine. You know, I had maybe 2 or 3 rides on the engine to get used to it before Anaheim. So, you know, you kind of just do the best you can. You know, we're all professionals at this, and we've been doing it for years. So you just got to take what you're given and go perform with it. That's really all there is to it.
Oh, nice.
So you you know, you're heading over. You said you fly out tomorrow morning?
Yes, sir.
When do you leave, Dave?
I'm leaving Friday about 2 p.m. I'm only 5 hours away, so it won't be that bad of a drive. So, yeah, saving on a flight. So, just making the short drive out, and I can for once, you know, get into the hotel room at a decent time instead of flying in at 2 a.m. like I normally do. So, this would be way better.
Well, so Colt, dude, new group, obviously, like we were talking about, new camp. I don't want us to forget, though, any supporters that you have. Is there any groups that we need to show some love to? You want to give a shout out to while we got you on here?
Yeah. So obviously, I want to thank the whole BWR, LTEC Underground, Fly Racing, SSI Decals team for giving me the opportunity. You know, Carlen Gardner, Craig Gardner, Brian White, man, that he's a legend. He drives the truck. He builds the engine. He works on my bike. Like, that guy, he works super hard, and I really appreciate having him around. And as far as personal sponsors go, McCarthy Electric has helped me out for quite a few years now. I got a new sponsor, Ristos Beverages. You know, other than that, man, I'm just really excited to be part of the team, and I'm hoping to grow with the team in the future. I'm hoping this isn't just a fill-in ride and then I'm, you know, back to my own thing. I'm hoping I can turn this into, you know, a long-term gig.
Very cool. Very cool.
Awesome.
Dude, well, so
Cool.
we got that part out of the way. I don't want to take up too much time. I do want to find Dave. You got any other questions for him before we let him go?
You mentioned that you're a Cali guy, man. What are you expecting for your finish in the Midwest here this weekend, man? Where do you think you're going to end up when the checker flag waves?
It's funny because usually it's kind of a shock for me going back east with the dirt. It's always way softer and the ruts and stuff.
Yeah.
But actually, Anaheim 1 was almost like an East Coast race this weekend. I couldn't believe how soft the dirt was.
It was.
I've already kind of got that out of the way, and hopefully I'll be a lot more comfortable on it this weekend. And there's a few guys who are going off and racing Germany. There's a couple of guys who got hurt, and I think it's a good weekend to make the main. So that's my goal.
Nice.
Yes, I was going to say, I was talking to Brees, and Brees already took off. Like, I think he left Tuesday to head over to Germany, and he said he was going with some other guys. So you're right. There's quite a few that went over already. So you'll have to let us know, like, after you get done with your track walk, what you thought. Like, just kind of fill us in on what you think while you're out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I've never been to St. Louis, so it'll be all new for me. So
nice.
Okay, cool, dude. All right. Well, hey, we'll let you go. I appreciate the time, and like we'll probably both see you on either Friday or Saturday. Definitely Saturday, if not Friday, man. So travel well and good luck.
Awesome. Thanks. Same to you guys.
Yeah, man. Ready to see you rock it.
Talk to you later, Colt.
All right. Bye.